Clap.
Audacity rolling. And 3, 2.
Why you counting down?
Okay, boys.
Clap, fam.
Okay, boys. Episode 4. We back again. You know what time it is.
Episode 4.
And welcome back to Two Maggies Up Top, that Premier League podcast fueled by the Magnums. If you haven't already done so, like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Two Maggies Up Top, the Instagram page, Two Maggies Up Top, and Spotify as well. You know the drill, Two Maggies Up Top. Okay, if you don't already know, I'm your host, Big Kes, aka Kes Ferdinand, aka Marquez Rashford, national treasure. Come on, come on, national treasure and that. Hey, to my left, I've got my co-host, Low El Nene.
Man played it early, fam.
I did Low El Nene early,
Man played it
What are you
early,
saying,
fam. Man played it early, fam. No, these times, yeah, you're holding up, Man was supposed to say Keswin Jones, man. And you're holding up. Man came straight senders, fam. I said the truth, God, last week. Oh, shit.
Man dropped the Low El Nene in the wrong episode. You should have dropped it last week, innit?
Oh no! Man's already in pain coming here, yeah? I'm going to talk about my fucking team for the performance on Sunday. And man said to me from earlier, oh, move on, fam. I'm not even.
What are you saying?
No, move on, fam. You're still trying to come with the bar? Yeah. What are you saying? Move on, fam.
Oh, okay, and to my right, we've got the Greek legend,
Come on, Jay.
Captain Pana.
You can't get at me this week.
Come on.
You can ask me what I'm saying, cuz.
What are you saying, Pana?
Yeah. I'm alright, man. I'm alright. Oh, bro, that was an intro and a half. Yeah, man. No, I'm all good. Gas the beer as always. Episode 4, here we go, baby. But you know what? Yeah, before you break down into it, you know, we're gonna do something a little bit different this week. It's a bit of a special week for the podcast. You know what I mean? The team and the boys here at Two Maggies Up Top. A few of the listeners obviously tuned in and that already know. We've been talking and dropping Nyland. Still Big Kes and that playing football at a ripe old age of
Young enough,
29,
old enough.
And the rest?
entering his twilight years and playing for the team that is Central Park FC. Big up the man them at Central Park FC.
Big up.
But got a little special thing from myself and Low. If you don't already know, my man's been voted Player of the Month after a couple of string of results. Was it 2 goals? 1 assist, 3 appearances. Is that 3 appearances for the season?
That's it, you know what I mean? Your
So-
boy's still going, you know what I mean?
Kes Ferdinand, still strong.
Come on.
He's still standing.
Come on.
And we got a little Player of the Month medal from the
Ain't gonna
boys
film your
here.
big headed dread, so there you go, fam.
To start off
Come
the
on,
body,
very
innit?
much.
So,
Show them the tip, man.
Come on.
Roll it.
Yeah, okay.
Man
Come
said
on.
no, you don't need chocolate, fam. So what it is.
Hey,
So
love
big up-
for that,
big up
boys,
Big
love
Kes.
for that, love for that.
you gotta wear that, cuz.
Yep, and soon we hope to get one for the Champion podcast as well. That one soon come, but early
Soon
days.
come,
and that.
yeah,
Come
yeah.
on.
Come
But
on.
yep, love boys, appreciate that.
Let me
Appreciate
show the
that.
gold in that.
Come on. Get me.
Come on.
Come on, Kes Ferdinand.
So you undo that.
Oh, that might take a while, fam.
Yeah, that's gonna be a while still.
Man, that's gonna be tight on his neck like a dog collar. Come here, Kes.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Look
One
at
back.
that.
Come on. Player of the Month.
Come
G.
on, come on.
Yeah,
Love
big
that,
up,
boys,
big up,
come
big
on.
up.
Yeah, I shouldn't even shake your hand.
Hey.
Yeah, but thought we started a little bit different this week, you know what I'm saying?
Love that, love that. Respect, boys, man. Listen, man. Long may it continue, innit? You know what I'm saying? We're here.
But yeah, talking off Player of the Month and Manager of the Month, since we're on the topic, might as well move on to the recent nominations from the Premier League itself for Player of the Month and Manager of the Month. So
Okay.
we'll do this every month from the boys. We'll give our nominations as per. Lows, what are you saying? So who's your player and manager of the month
Player, yeah.
for
Yeah.
October?
Starting player?
Let's go manager.
Go manager, go Gaffer, yeah. Since we touched on Gaffers last week.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, as I said before, I didn't want Kes to kind of put the curse on my team, yeah. But I remember, yeah, Southampton, man, and props to where they were kind of this time last year and where they are now. So I've got to give it to a man like Ralph. Ralph.
That's a shout.
Hassan Hutton, Hassan Humble, whatever you wanna, yeah.
Hassan Hustler.
He's got 7 points.
Big H.
Yeah. Big R.
Ralph Hassan.
Big R.
Hassan Hustler fan, man.
Yeah, no, listen.
Come on. Yeah, props.
Yeah, match results in October. He got 7 points out of 9. Got a draw against Chelsea, and within that as well, being in form Everton team, and he done a job for him. You know, I think he deserves it. I think he only conceded in that month against Chelsea as well.
Mad.
So yeah, for me, the turnaround he's kind of
crazy.
What he's done is mad, and I've got to give props to him and his team, man.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that. Do you want to do player as well, or do you want to just go managers first and then? Yeah.
Let's go managers. Managers. So
after you, Big Kes.
Okay, my manager of the month. I'm gonna go with Dean Smith. Even though these men thumped us up, we'll get onto that. But for the month of October, them man was sensational. I think they lost to was it Leeds?
Yeah,
they did. But I mean, you beat Liverpool 7-2. You deserve something for that.
I mean,
the way Liverpool are performing, I performed in recent times. And yeah, for a team that was battling relegation, just about survived last season, to make the signings they have made, they've come correct so far this season. So yeah, big up to Villa, and Dean Smith for me is manager of the month.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good shout.
How about yourself, Vance?
It's been tough, innit? I would say both those are valid shouts. I think I'm personally gonna have to go with Moyes. So David Moyes last month, sorry. He had a hard fixture list. If you looked at that from the start of the season, you weren't backing West Ham to be taking any points from those games. So draw against City, played well against Liverpool, took the loss, but unlucky. The amazing draw that he got against Tottenham, Lanzini, and he got a win over Leicester as well, I believe, in that month. So for me, David Moyes is my manager of the month still.
Man like Moyes.
Yeah, he's done a job, to be fair. He's done a job.
I think I said it before, man. Moyes is a decent manager whose reputation was slightly tarnished by the United job, which I always say was a poison chalice, and maybe the Sunderland job, who, to be fair, they should have gone down years before. So he's a good manager, man. I think he's a good manager.
Another British manager.
Another British manager doing his thing, and with Dean Smith as well.
Yeah.
There's British managers about doing their thing, man.
But
like I said before, they haven't got the Eneos or on the end of their names, so they don't really get recognition. But we're gonna big them up here, so big up them, man. So
big up.
So what?
Moving on to player. So
Might as well start while you're there, big man.
player for me, boy. Yeah, obviously gonna have to go with my guy out of the nominations. I'm gonna have to say it, Thiago Silva. I think it was a string of, it must have been for the month, 4 clean sheets. He's just transformed the defence since he's come back. He's changed the game for us. He's brought in that calmness to the team along with Mendy, but standout player for us. Experience has just really shown.
He's French as well.
Yeah, don't know about the je ne sais quoi. And he's done it, taking it. So yeah, for me, Thiago Silva.
Je ne sais pas is like I don't know, or
yeah, je ne sais.
Thiago, pass the ball. Je ne sais pas. I don't know.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it. But honestly, man, Thiago's come in and he's been probably our best signing so far. So yeah, big ups to him for me. That's my vote.
Nah, I hear that, man.
Kezi?
Yeah, man. For me, sticking with the Villa contingent, which is a bit mad because again, they box us up on that. But Jack Grealish, man. For me, there's a lot of question marks around him. Would he do it on a bigger stage, whatnot?
Yeah.
He stayed true to his boyhood club. And he's putting in performances now worthy of mention, and it just highlights also, just on the sidebar, how much of a waste man Gareth Southgate is to have a player of that quality on the bench but be playing 3 defenders in midfield and losing to Denmark and them. But away from that, yeah, for me, Jack Grealish, man, he's been tearing it up. I know it was this month, but he tore us up over the weekend, and he's been consistent with the performances as well, man. So now he's got a few players around him of the quality. He's showing his worth. So for me, Jack Grealish, man.
I hear that.
And Lowe's?
Yeah, it actually hurts me to say it, but we said we're not going to be biased on here, so boy, I actually have to give it to Harry Kane, innit?
I hear that.
I just think the consistency, his performance, even when his team are potentially maybe playing poor, he just stands up in it, and I think he has a massive effect on their play. And I think Son had that last year when he was injured, but I think he just brings so much more than just scoring goals. I think this season, especially, even last month, we're talking being specific, he's got some assists.
Yeah, he has some vital goals in that as well.
He still can't interview well, but listen, the 90 minutes plus added time, he's alright, innit?
Yeah, that ain't changing, boy. Yeah. But big up Harry Kane there.
Big up Harry Kane. For real talk, big up Harry Kane, man, because he is real quality. And listen, when he's got the English shirt on, you don't know I'm singing my man's name, saying so. Yeah, big him up, man. He actually deserves that. to be fair, before we dive into the games, pay-per-view games look like they're facing the axe.
Those relegation games are no longer going to be boxed office.
To be fair, even if it's Arsenal Chelsea, I'm still 50-50 on buying it. It's just
so you're not copping it.
Yeah.
I think it was bound to happen, innit? They said it was a joke thing. It is a joke thing. Just get rid of it, man.
I think I'd like to highlight. We'll find out whoever's idea that was and put them up for Donkey of the Week because, or Donkey of the Month even because that's one of the worst ideas in recent history. But you know what? Good riddance, man. You know, free up the games then because. To be fair, I couldn't deal with the foreign commentary much longer. Obviously fair play, but it's a bit mad.
It's a bit mad.
Them man commentating one tone. Like I thought I looked away. I thought they threw on goal. It's a throw-in. Man's quick
as well, isn't it?
They're quick. So man, bring it back to Sky and BT and them ones and free up the games, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's dive into the games though, man, because
what crazy weekend of
crazy. You know what? I feel like we said that every week. Every week we come back, it's been a crazy weekend of games.
But just bring up that stat though before we dive into the actual games.
Depends what the stat is, bro.
Because it just goes to show how mad this Premier League is in the sense of it targets a few clubs, but the biggest one was every Premier League team has conceded 3 or more goals in a single game this season. Every single team. That's all 20 clubs. That's mental.
Do you know why that is? It's because Van Dijk's injured.
But you know what? Yeah,
that is mad.
On that Van Dijk note, along with that stat, you've got Liverpool have dropped 7 points in the Premier League this season. It took them 30 games to drop as many points as last season. Man City 12 points after 7 games is their fewest at this stage of a Premier League season since 2008. And Arsenal, which we'll come on to in a bit, is you've scored 9 goals in 8 games as your lowest tally since 1999.
Listen, you don't need to read that one out, fam.
Yeah. So that's a mazza in terms of
leave the Arsenal stuff
the way the Premier League's going, boy. It's actually mad. Mad.
You seem to have all the facts today, so might as well ask you, how many Maggies up top?
Always 2, mate. I mean, no more, no less.
Now let's
start. It's a Friday night.
Well, we move. Let's dive into the games though, man. Scamanders turned up this weekend. United get a crucial 3 points. Sky, we got onto in recent times.
Yeah. No, don't say we, man. Can't say we.
We. Sorry.
Pana on his own.
It's the Francais. Sorry. The guy that you have ripped into in recent times.
Yeah.
I think you've had a few stats from a few of the listeners as well.
We have.
In relation to I'm going to stop calling Scamanders for this episode because he earned his name this week.
Yeah. Do you know what?
Fernandes.
Yeah. Do you know what United, man? Yeah, they're always so defensive, and I love that about them because it creates a lot of good arguments. But yeah, Nate come through with some stats for the boys.
He did.
So he was upset.
He did.
To be fair, even in this game alone, he's got 2 goals and an assist. So
those stats were the last 21 league games. This is since Bruno's joined, right? So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has scored 42 points. He's won 12 of those, drawn 6 and lost 3. He's scored 42, conceded 21. Put that against Pep and Jurgen. So 42 points for Pep, won 13, drawn 3, lost 5. Scored 47, conceded 17. And Jurgen Klopp, 43 points, 13 won, 4 drawn, 4 lost. Scored 43 and conceded 34.
Let me just, because here's my thing, right? When it comes to stats, you can always pick out stats that favour you, or if you want to make a claim, you pick out stats. You're putting Ole in the same bracket as Klopp and Guardiola for the stats. My question is, what is the point? Because you deep down, if you're trying to tell me that Ole is in that category, you're deluded.
Yeah,
you must know he's not in that category. Mm-hmm. So the stats for me, okay, he gets a little 2 clap. But what is the point of putting him in that? Like, what are you trying to tell me that Ole deserves to be ranked as high as these guys? So
the joke is with that one, and that one was kind of geared to Ole. Yeah, we'll get onto the Bruno stat that I've been sent as well.
Yeah,
in a sec. But the United fans will still come back to the same argument that Poch in, Ole out. So more time. You know what I mean? It's a catch-22. Like Ole's not the guy that's going to lead United into.
Yeah. But let's touch on it. But for the
Scamanders one, since he's made his Premier League debut, and I'm now going to go by league rank, yeah? Mm-hmm. So he's made 417 final third passes, he's ranked first. 198 passes into the box, he's ranked second. 64 total shots, he's ranked second. Don't know how many of those he scored, so that's all gas. But 50 chances created, he's ranked second. 23 goals and assists, about 20 of those are pens, so he's ranked first. 13 goals, second, which doesn't correlate to the last stat. And 10 assists, he's first.
Yeah,
so before we jump on that, I don't trust Statman Dave because he is coming with repeating the same stats 3 times that don't actually make up what he's actually saying.
What
so
I'm going to say, if those stats are
Statman Dave,
if those stats are factually correct, which I'm going to assume they are for the purpose of this conversation, then those are the kind of stats that you can be dropping that change Scamander's back to Fernandez. He's earned his name back this. In my opinion, there's he's earned his name back this weekend, and you know what? It was a crucial 3 points to Ollie, and Fernandez stepped up and showed his class.
He carried the team again, and that's what he was doing last season. But listen, with them stats, and I don't want to talk about stats too much. Stop bringing stats from last season. Just stop.
Trust me,
stop
bro.
it. We're talking about this season now. Yeah, your team's struggling. That's that.
Yeah. I mean, he actually, to be fair play to him. He was on a hat trick, and he tees up Cavani, gets another assist for the third goal.
First goal for United. Big up Cavani.
Yeah. So big up, and you know what? It's a good weekend for you boys, and fair play. However, the Scamanders shout may have been slightly fraudulent. However, one guy I'm gonna get onto is Martial.
Martial.
Yeah, because he's been putting in some partial performances, and so I'm stuck on my man Partial because he's not really. Last season, he was telling me he was the guy and whatever. I look at him now, and he's not offering nothing. So I'll put my neck on the line with that one. Partial.
He missed a good shot. Missed a good
opportunity. He's not really doing it. However, that being said, I was going to say it's a good week for you. I mean, you got tucked up by Başakşehir.
We're not going to say Galatasaray or Fenerbahce. I don't even know who you are.
You can't believe trust me. So
every match just come and say,
I was going to say good week, but let's correct it. It's a good weekend for you in the Prem. Ole trying to show some venom. I'm not going to lie to you. For me, I look at it and I think to myself, he can't have respect in the dressing room beyond the fact that he scored in the Champions League final because he's trying to go on a ranting, and I'm trying to not even. I can't
trying to laugh.
Yeah.
No, real talk.
Let's send him to fear. Let's send him to fear.
Accents. It was all over the gaff, innit? The Norwegian with the Manny twang. Probably spent some time in Cardiff.
Yeah.
The thing is with Ollie, man prepped that speech from Thursday. Man was at home prepping that speech. No matter what the result was going to be, he started